Today we are going to talk about Mars square Chiron in Synastry. This can be a difficult aspect in Synastry as it can be deeply triggering. However, it is also potentially healing. The Mars person may experience that their drive, assertive energy, or passion unintentionally wounds the Chiron person. You could say that the Mars person tends to trigger the Chiron person, touching on their deepest insecurities, wounds, or past traumas. In turn, the Mars person may feel frustrated, rejected, or like they are being forced to hold back their natural energy. The Mars person may feel that their actions are seemingly never right, and that they are met with resistance, withdrawal, or pain. The Chiron person may feel overwhelmed by the Mars person's energy, which can leave the Mars person feeling confused. Arguments between these two people can bring up old wounds from past traumas or relationships to the surface to be looked at and healed. This aspect in Synastry cuts deep. It can feel raw, exposing, and frustrating, yet it holds potential for immense growth. Why does this aspect hurt? Mars is direct, while Chiron is sensitive. The Mars person's natural way of asserting themselves may unintentionally push on old wounds or fears in the Chiron person. Chiron represents unresolved pain. The Chiron person might react in ways that seem overly sensitive, withdrawn, or defensive, leaving the Mars person confused or frustrated. Mars wants action, but Chiron needs healing. The Mars person might feel a strong urge to push forward in the relationship, but the Chiron person might pull away when they feel triggered. Simple actions or words may stir up deep insecurities in the Chiron person. The Mars person's passion may be too much for the Chiron person. There can be a strong attraction, but intimacy may bring up unresolved traumas or fears. There can be passive-aggressive cycles. The Chiron person may withdraw rather than confront, while Mars may push harder, creating tension. The Mars person might feel misunderstood. They might feel like no matter what they do, they keep accidentally hurting the Chiron person. How do you work with this energy if you're the Mars person? Be aware of the Chiron person's triggers. You may not always know exactly what triggers the Chiron person, but paying attention to their reactions can help you understand their pain points. If they suddenly withdraw, shut down, or become defensive, it's worth exploring what might have been activated. Shift from action to understanding. Your natural instinct is to act, fix, or move forward, but with Chiron, healing doesn't happen through force. Instead of pushing, you might want to pause and ask, did I say something that made you feel uncomfortable? Or, I noticed you got quiet, do you want to talk about it? Express passion with care. Your Mars energy might feel too intense at times for the Chiron person. Tuning into their comfort level will create a more secure connection. In some cases, they may need gentler approaches in intimacy to feel safe and open. Don't take their pain personally. Chiron's wounds don't always come from this lifetime or even from you specifically. They are old, deep-rooted patterns. If the Chiron person reacts strongly, it's likely about something much deeper than just your actions. Encourage their healing, but don't try to fix them. Mars can be impatient, wanting to help Chiron get over it and move forward quickly, but Chiron's healing process is slow and non-linear. The best thing you can do is create a safe space for them rather than trying to fix their wounds. Use conflict as a healing opportunity. Instead of letting fights escalate, try shifting the perspective. I don't want to fight you, I want to understand how we can heal this together. Acknowledging the pain without blame can make a huge difference. As the Chiron person, this dynamic isn't meant to break you, it's here to help you recognize and heal past pain in a profound way. So now, let's explore how to navigate this from the Chiron person's perspective. When Mars pushes forward, you might instinctively withdraw and get defensive, or even lash out without fully understanding why. Conflict can feel personal. You may experience tension as painful and wounding, rather than just a disagreement. This can make even small fights feel much bigger than they are. To work with this energy as the Chiron person, you can try the following suggestions. Recognize the wound being triggered. This aspect isn't about Mars hurting you intentionally. It's about Mars potentially activating something that was already there. So you can ask yourself, what does this remind me of? Does their tone, energy, or action feel familiar to past experiences where you felt hurt, unworthy, or powerless? Identifying the real wound can help separate your partner's actions from past pain. Communicate instead of retreating. It's tempting to shut down, withdraw, or push them away when you feel hurt, but healing happens through engagement, not avoidance. Instead of reacting emotionally, try saying, "When you do X or Y, it brings up something painful for me. I know you're not trying to hurt me, but it triggers an old wound." Giving Mars something to work with instead of just withdrawing helps them understand your pain without feeling like they are always wrong. Understand that Mars isn't the enemy. Mars represents action, passion, and drive, qualities that can feel abrasive when you're carrying old wounds, but their energy isn't inherently bad. In fact, it can be healing if approached with trust. Instead of viewing their assertiveness as a threat, try to see it as an opportunity to grow stronger in yourself. Mars is teaching you how to stand up for yourself, set boundaries, and not fear conflict. Set boundaries without fear. If Mars's energy feels too intense, you have the right to say so. If their energy is overwhelming, express what would feel safer for you. If their aggression in arguments makes you feel small, calmly set boundaries. You are not too sensitive, your feelings matter, and asserting them helps you reclaim your power. Allow yourself to heal instead of just hurting. Instead of getting stuck in "Mars keeps hurting me," shift the mindset to "Mars is showing me where I still need to heal. This relationship is helping me face my wounds so I can grow stronger. I am allowed to feel my emotions, but I don't have to let them control me." Recognize when you're projecting the past onto the present. If you feel deeply wounded by something that Mars does, ask yourself, is my reaction about this moment, or is it linked to something from my past? Is my partner truly trying to hurt me, or am I expecting pain because of past experiences? Shifting from blame to self-awareness can help you respond from a place of strength, not just hurt. So when this aspect is well handled, Mars can learn patience and deeper emotional intelligence. Instead of reacting impulsively, they become more attuned to emotional undercurrents and learn how to navigate sensitive situations with care. Chiron learns to trust and feel safer in assertive energy. Over time, the Chiron person may feel safer expressing their wounds and working through them with the Mars person, rather than retreating in fear. Sexual healing is possible. If intimacy is affected, this aspect can lead to deep healing around trust, touch, and vulnerability when approached with patience and understanding. The relationship can transform from the painful to the powerful. Instead of triggering each other into defensiveness, you learn how to support each other's healing journeys. The relationship can transform from the painful to the powerful. Instead of triggering each other into defensiveness, you learn how to support each other's healing journeys. The Chiron person heals old wounds instead of repeating them. Mars helps Chiron become aware of past pain so that they can release it. Chiron grows stronger in their boundaries and self-worth. Instead of fearing confrontation or passion, they learn how to navigate it with confidence. Your relationship can deepen instead of breaking down. When handled well, Mars's passion and strength can actually help Chiron feel more empowered rather than more wounded. For Chiron, the pain can be transformed into power. The parts of Chiron that once felt weak, unworthy, or scared can now become sources of deep strength and resilience. Mars square Chiron is not an easy aspect, but it has the potential to bring radical healing if you are both willing to work with it. The key is awareness, communication, and patience. If the Mars person is willing to listen and adjust while the Chiron person works on expressing their needs, this aspect can become a powerful force for healing old wounds and deepening intimacy. Thank you for listening. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you found this helpful or interesting, and share your thoughts and experiences in the comments. I will be back with more astrology soon. Bye.